There is a moment, somewhere after 70, when the industry stops selling you clothes and starts selling you cover. Beige that apologizes for taking up space, or prints loud enough to be mistaken for a personality. 2 doors, both marked invisible. Janny is 74 and she walked past both of them. She is not famous, she is not a model. She lives in Europe, dresses for actual days, gardens, galleries, lunches, trains, and she has built the one thing women of her age are told is no longer on offer. A look that is calm and impossible to overlook. Today, 7 things she does with plain ordinary neutrals. None of them cost money. All of them come down to one decision the industry hopes you never make. First, who she is. For most of her life, Janny was the woman in the room nobody thought to photograph. She raised 2 daughters, she married, and stayed married for what she calls fondly centuries. And then she retired and something shifted. In her own words, she became more sure of herself and far less interested in what anyone else thought of her. Her days now are gardens, galleries, reading clubs, long lunches with women who have known her for 40 years. And somewhere in there, she began getting dressed for herself, not for an office, not to look younger, for the pleasure of it. That is the engine behind every rule that follows. A woman dressing at last entirely for her own eye. Start with the first because it changes everything before anyone has even registered your outfit. Janny gets dressed almost entirely in one neutral. Olive linen top to toe, a soft blazer, wide trousers, a plain tee underneath, and then she adds one thing in color, a red bag. Not a red bag, red shoes and a red lip. One red object alone, against all that quiet. This is the one object rule. The eye, when it looks at a person, wants somewhere to land. Give it 10 bright places and it reads chaos. Give it none and it slides off you completely. Give it one and that one thing looks deliberate, expensive, chosen. The olive suit could belong to anyone. The red bag is the sentence. Everything else is the silence around it that makes the sentence land. She does the same in gray. The bag is not an accessory here, it is the whole point. The neutrals are the stage. The one object is the performance. So before you add a second color tomorrow, ask whether you are giving the eye one place to land or 10. The second thing looks like the opposite of the first. It is the same idea in a bolder coat. Sometimes Janny does not want the quiet. Sometimes she wants the color to be the outfit. And when she does, she commits. A red suit, not a red top with neutral trousers. Red blazer, red trousers, red all the way down. A wine suit, head to toe, the same deep burgundy from collar to hem. This is the color commit. Here is what most women are taught. That color, after a certain age, should be used carefully. A pop, a touch, a hint. The pop is the problem. A pop of red on a beige outfit reads as nervous. It looks like permission was asked. A full red suit asks no one anything. The trick is tonal. She keeps it to one red. The same temperature, top and bottom, so the eye reads one long column, not 2 red items that happen to be standing near each other. And when she commits to color, her bag goes warm and neutral. A cognac round bag against the red. Not a second event, a full stop. Bold, done completely, is calmer than timid done halfway. Before we go further, if you would like all of this on paper, I have put together a free sheet on dressing with neutrals. how to pair them, where to place your one note of color, so you are never standing in front of a wardrobe wondering why it all looks flat. It is linked below at no cost. Take it, it is yours. The third thing is the reason her beige works and most of ours falls flat. Janny will dress in a single neutral with no contrast at all. Brown on brown on brown, sand on sand, camel from shoulder to shoe, on paper that should be dull. On her, it is the most expensive looking thing she wears. The reason is texture. This is the texture red. When you remove color contrast, the eye stops reading color and starts reading surface. And surface is where she builds all of her interest. Look at the chocolate look. A matte linen dress. Over it, a jacket with a quilted, almost crackled texture, catching the light completely differently. Same color. Two surfaces. The eye has somewhere to travel. The sand suit does it too. Rough, slubby linen against a smooth matte tee, one quiet gold chain, all one color, three textures. This is why her neutrals never disappear. She is not asking color to do the work. She is asking fabric to do it. So when an all one color outfit feels boring, the answer is almost never more color. It is more texture, a knit, a linen, a suede, a leather in the same single shade. The fourth thing solves the problem the third one creates, because one color dressing carries a risk. Sometimes it is too quiet, sometimes head to toe brown, however textured, still wants something more. Janny's answer is not color, it is a second neutral. She takes a darker base, black trousers, black top, and lays a lighter neutral over the top. A camel blazer. The camel does not match the black, it frames it. This is the neutral duet. Two neutrals, deliberately different in weight, one light, one dark. So the lighter reads as the frame and the darker as the picture. Camel over black. Pale blue over chocolate brown. A soft gray over butter yellow. None of these are colorful. All of them have contrast. That is the distinction most people miss. You can have contrast without color, light against dark, warm against cool, and the topper is almost always the lighter one. A bright jacket over a dark base lifts the whole look up toward the face, which is exactly where you want the eye to go. So if all neutral feels invisible, you do not need red. You need a second neutral, a few shades apart, worn as the frame. The fifth thing is about everything she leaves off. Look at her hands, usually bare. Look at her wrists, one watch or nothing. Janny does not layer jewelry. She chooses one piece and lets it be the only ornament in the frame. This is the single jewel. On the wine suit, it is pearls. A full multi-strand of cream pearls against the deep burgundy, and nothing else competing. No bracelets, no rings stacked up, no three necklaces fighting for the same inch. On the dark linen wrap, it is one strand. On a navy jumpsuit, it is a single long gold pendant, and that is the entire decoration. The logic is simple. One piece of real jewelry, worn alone, reads as a choice. The same pearls under three other necklaces read as clutter, and there is a quieter reward. When you wear one piece again and again, it becomes yours. People stop seeing the necklace and start seeing you in it. That is how a signature is built. Not by owning more, but by repeating one thing until it belongs to you. So the next time you reach for a second necklace, consider taking the first one off instead and wearing it like it is the only one you own. The sixth thing is how she handles pattern, which is to say how she keeps it on a leash. Janny wears pattern. stripes, leopard, the occasional paisley, but never as the whole outfit. Pattern for her lives in one small window and nowhere else. This is the pattern sliver, a solid wine suit, and the only pattern is the collar and cuffs of a striped shirt underneath, a sliver at the neck and the wrist, an all-cream outfit, a white shirt and pale trousers, and the only pattern is on her feet, a single leopard flat, a navy column. And the one pattern is a Breton striped knit, contained framed by solid navy below. The pattern is never the canvas, it is the signature in the corner. This is the move that lets a woman who loves print stay in charge of it. The instinct when you like a pattern is to wear more of it. Her instinct is the opposite. Find the one pattern you love and give it the smallest, sharpest place in the outfit. A collar, a shoe, a scarf knotted once at the throat. A little pattern placed exactly does more than a lot of pattern everywhere. And the seventh thing is the one you noticed first, before any outfit, because it is the first thing anyone sees. Her glasses. Janny wears bold frames, large, architectural, dark or clear. Never apologetic, never the thin, invisible kind chosen to disappear. This is the face frame. Most eyewear after 60 is sold on a single promise, that you will barely know it is there, lightweight, rimless, gone. Janny does the reverse. She treats the frame as the one strong feature she wears near her face every single day. It does the work a bold lip or a large earring does for someone else. And because it never changes, it becomes the most recognizable thing about her. The silver bob, the strong frame, you would know her in a crowd from the eyebrows up. This is the part no flat lay can sell you, and it is the most important. A signature is not a single great outfit. It is one or two things you repeat until they are unmistakably yours. For Janny, it is the frame, the pearls, the one red object, the column of a single color. Find your two, repeat them on purpose. So, 7 things and not one of them is about spending more. The one object rule. The color commit. The texture read. The neutral duet. The single jewel. The pattern sliver. The face frame. Underneath all 7 is a single idea the industry would rather you let go of. That at 74, the goal was never to be appropriate. It was never to fade politely into beige, or to overcompensate with noise. The goal is to be deliberate, to choose less and mean it more. Janny is not dressing for her age. She is dressing like a woman who decided somewhere along the way that she had earned the right to be seen exactly as she is. You have earned it too. That part was always yours.